Hey everybody, I'm Crow. Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We were in the middle of Adair's dialogue before, so we're asking him what's Adair Wooden hello.
We blew him up.
He smiles at this, but this is the smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. That's pretty awesome. God of Rebirth and Redemption, formerly anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. I had other questions. I got time. What does your town have against you?
Picked the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Eothas worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
Eothas? So it's pronounced like an A instead of an E.
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Eothas. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Eothas isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Eothas. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Eothas. Okay.
After the war, people took to punishing Eothas worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
I definitely feel like we're going to overthrow this Raedric guy. I thought we were going to come here and peacefully help him resolve things. And, like, purify his wife or whatever so that they could have a proper heir, but it's seeming a lot like he's the problem here. Maybe this land is cursed because of how terrible of a person he is. Loth glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? He gives a half smile. Drinking mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Waidwin's legacy started with Waidwin. Huh. See, though, because I didn't... Earlier on in the dialogue options, I had a choice to say that I wasn't offended, but I didn't pick it. I never know when that's going to happen. So now I can't go back and be like, nah, I'm not offended. But this guy seems decent enough, and he's probably some kind of fighter. So it would be really great to have him in a party with two wizards. We could travel together. Some place called Caed Nua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if ever I heard one.
Alright then.
I agree.
Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
He glances briefly at the tree. He tilts his head forward and gives you a pointed look. Let's get going.
Yeah?
Alright, so let's check this out. Not L.I. He's using a saber with a medium shield. That's the wrong one. Characters C. He is actually a fighter. Awesome. How do I party formation? Oh, tab switch through them. That's cool. Journal. Attack. Cancel. Formation. Yes, this is the way that we line up whenever the party assembles. Stronghold options. Journal. Characters C. Inventory is I. Inventory, character, journal, map, stronghold, options. If it's stronghold, why did it go whenever I hit L? Can't drag him. I don't know how to do that from this game. Double speed, half speed, that's useful. Pause. Stronghold options.
Hope you're not expecting much.
Click and drag. Got it. Sorry. It took longer than I would have hoped. What does he do? Second wind. 1 per encounter, requires athletics. Combat only. So probably if he gets knocked down, he gets back up with more endurance. Knockdown. 2 per encounter, shoves an enemy with enormous force, knocking them prone and causing additional damage. Defender. The fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on locking down enemies that stray too close. The fighter increases his or her number of engagement targets to 3, but at the expense of deflection. Second chance, once per rest. No spells or anything. But if he should regenerate health in combat, or endurance rather. Boy, does he ever have a lot of health. And endurance.
Hey.
This is looking pretty good in my opinion. Location discovered. Temple of Eothas. 75 XP earned. Is there anything here then? Maybe there's fat loot. Or a bunch of skeletons or something. Now that we have a fighter, I feel much, much more confident in our party's composition.
I haven't been in here for, must be 5, 6 years. Used to be real nice. Bright. Warm.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be another question here. I thought he was dead. Do we... Journals J. That makes sense. Side quest. Fragments of a Scattered Faith. Adair has agreed to travel with me. He seemed to have some questions he thought a Watcher might be able to answer. Bring Adair to speak with that guy. The Old Watcher. Go to Caed Nua. So this is just optional side stuff. A man lies resting against a wall lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeves soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care if you mean to go in. He casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left. The place is not so empty as I thought. He angles a look up at Adair. Paying your respects, Eothasian? He manages a pained grin. A little risky, isn't it? Think what the townsfolk would say. Safer down here than up there, even with the rats as big as they are. A faint edge of hostility belies Adair's playful tone. This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best. Times being as they are, he groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of his types either. Wharton jerks his chin towards Adair. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? The man points a finger upwards. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Eothas, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over Deerwood, from Red Cirrus even. Not so much from Red Cirrus these days. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. Requirement not met. Until the war, of course. Even though you'd get some of the stubborn ones, the ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Raedric decided he'd been too lenient on the Eothasians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down here, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Raedric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that. Up until recently, Lord Raedric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end. See? He smiles wryly. But until then, the temple is as you see, unguarded. That's where you come in. Burton licks his lips. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house, it doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Burton breathes out. No small task, there's coin in it for you if you need motivating. Aloth's cautious expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I'll find them. I take it you weren't supposed to be here. They're long dead, what does it matter if they're buried? Wait, you want me to bring you some skeletons? I have some questions first. I'll find them, let's be honest. We're gonna do it. It'll probably make our fighter guy like us more, Adair. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long, it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, tricks, sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out. And take care, down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. I'm surprised Adair didn't have anything else to say about that. Also, is this like bugs or something? Like, what is this? It looks really gross. I thought there was just like tons of bugs circling him. How big is this area? Pretty. I wish Q was quick save. So menu, save game. Temple of Eothas. Hopefully I spelled that right. Will-o-wisp! And a zombie or something? Multiple will-o-wisps. He's not targetable. We get multiple spells per... Ooh, what's that? Crucible of the Soul. Accuracy 39, 1 per rest. The Watcher unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. So it does damage to them and gives me endurance. They're probably going to meet it about there. Arcane Assault. Hopefully no friendly fire.
Leave it to me.
Keep it going. What are you doing? Are you... Oh, is he confused? You need to expand this. Would you guys please attack him? What you doing?
Yeah.
I get that you're hurt, but still.
Damn, missed.
That's not good. So whenever he teleports, they lose their target.
Curses.
It misses. Adair's getting shocked up something fierce. Bestiary progress, Will-o-wisp 25%. 78 out of 324 experience unlocked. This parchment is worn and tattered, and the ink is upon it faded. In this time of hardship, must have just as much faith in ourselves. This is Adra, whatever, and some copper. Alright, this is their health bar, not their endurance. Their endurances are good. Ivory Spiderling. And you can use this. And you can use this. Because every combat they get more of these, and it's awesome. Standard attacks.
Alright then.
Can't move.
Wow, that little spider webbed all of us. He's got the moves. I guess it's bigger than the other ones. This one's a spinner. I think the other ones were spiderlings. No match for our party now. I'm really happy Adair's here. We needed a fighter pretty bad. Ivory Spinner. What is this? Jasper, and a letter home. That's probably going to be sad. Whoever sat here left in a hurry. Ink has dripped across the scroll, obscuring its contents. The pile of furniture is branded with scorch marks.
Would you look at this?
Lever! This just looked like an area with a lever. I could kind of see over this wall a little bit. Kind of like how we can see into this room somehow. There had to be some way to get in here. Scalder Whelp. These guys look like ghasts or something. This could be bad. No, they're just pretty... He's pretty dead already. Oops.
You're not getting through me.
We're flanking him. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
Damn!
Get flanked. Click. Click, click. These collapsed stones are pocked with burrows and narrow crevices, claw marks, and dung mark the passage of beasts. Vermin have scoured these plates, though mold still grows in green-black clumps across the table. Disease rampant. Ooh! Oh, that's not good. Don't run for these guys.
Sure.
Run them closer to the fighter.
Off.
Switch targets. Perfect. Not perfect, they pulled the other ones. Okay, this just went from pretty decent to pretty terrible. So let's do that, because this is going to take a second to cast. And then you come over here and you do the same. Burn! He did it too, right? Okay. Take the whelp out first, because he's the weakest right now. Okay, good, it was a lot that went down, not main character guy. Actually, he's about seconds from going on. It looks like we're gonna see what this ability does. Let's go! Uh-oh, when a character's health begins flashing red, it's a sign they may soon be maimed or killed. Rested on N or used healing supplies. If health reaches 0, the character will immediately drop. Depending on difficulty settings, the character will either be maimed or killed. The maimed character suffers severe combat penalties and will die if taken any additional damage. Killed characters are just dead, and in Pillars of Eternity, there's no coming back. Really? There's no clerics to resurrect them? There's no temples to bring them back?
Doors.
Well, they're going to outrun me. Second wind? The party member is reduced to 0 endurance. I think we just died.
Alright then.
Fuck out of here! Kite them away! We'll regenerate our endurance. They're half down. So we're gonna shove this guy. Stop! No! And that's when the episode ended. I was going to stop in that last room and then save, but then I didn't. Which is why you should always save. So I guess I'll see you guys when we're back there again. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Later, everybody.